Terry Nee, don't go. Don't go to John's political show, or don't go watch things like Aaron Imholt beats his wife and Gino and his stupid girlfriend who were on his side when they found out, like, oh, now we don't like him, even though no one knows anything. How about you? A guy who beats his wife gets off of fucking YouTube, and all the other people shut the fuck up about other people. And how about Stuttering John just go quit? Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy hump day, everybody. How's it going? Woo, Bobby.
Oh, we are off to a firing start today.
My YouTube feed is nothing about that Keanu girl being all like, hello, I understand this now, and I know this. It's like, what do you know? Shut the fuck up about other people. You know, I get it. You think it's a show. It's not. That a guy beat a woman and you say they're friend. I don't even want to get into it, but just like, yeah, he beats women. No shit. He's a narcissist. Who would have fuck? If you're about to get arrested and divorced, you don't go on Kevin Brennan's show and watch mugshot videos unless you're a piece of shit. If you have anything accused against you and you didn't do it, you don't talk. You walk away. You try to figure out what the fuck's happening in life or who you're around.
Yeah,
and you know, people that your friends don't go on the podcast and talk about it, saying, and their main concern is, now who do we invite to our wedding? Holy shit. Narcissistic Monster Jones.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Fucking nut. And Stuttering John's running around yelling at people still. Can't find anybody to fight. You know what he's like? You know, the Toby video, the new song by Eminem, and he's in the end of it, he's kind of saying, I'm looking for new people to come up, challenge me, because I need someone to fight, because he knows he's at his best. Like, Kendrick Lamar is literally at his best right now with everything he's doing because Tiger got poked. Stuttering John thinks he's a tiger, but he's retarded. He's a retiger. And the retiger can get poked all at once because it's slow, and you can slow poke it. So, like, he thinks that, oh, if someone fights me, I'll have a new thing. No one cares because no one knows no one thinks you're going to fight them. No one cares what you're going to say. You're not going to win. You literally had a battle with a quadriplegic, and you kind of lost.
I don't even know what that's referencing, to be honest.
What do you mean? He had the Quadfather on his show.
Oh, okay. But that guy's not
Quadfather went on his show, and that's how it got. That was we talked about it on here. That's why I said it. But, like, the Quadfather went on there and played the troll John by playing the Nazi Hitler N-word thing, and then got John's channel struck. He thought he was his partner, but he played that thing. Yeah, we did that about 2 weeks ago.
That's why I say never trust a quadriplegic.
Who isn't even quadriplegic because he does this a bunch. So it's he's lying there. But speaking of good stutterers, I caught a little bit last night. I had nothing going on. I caught a little bit of Shawnee, who I've known for a while. I don't know. I forget the name he had on. It was a High Register Sean or whatever it was on Stern. But I've known Sean for a while because he's doing stand-up comedy in this area. And him and I did some shows. I like Sean. He was with our good bad friend Bobby Fran on the Shuley Network doing a wacky videos type thing or something. So I chimed in with a couple tweets and stuff. Chats and stuff. But it was good to see those guys on there. That's a stutterer you can enjoy. And it's a real stutter. It's nonstop. It's like all the whole time. If you want stuttering, you're gonna get your bang for the buck with that one. You're not gonna get it with the other guy. He's not even stuttering.
Big A is a great option. Davey Mac Sports program every Monday at noon. If you want to see Big A stutter, he's a real stutterer, real sweetheart too. I don't know about your friend as much, but I'm guessing he's actually a good person deep down inside, and he hasn't turned any potential goodwill out of sympathy against him.
Well, I can't say he's my friend. We've done comedy shows together, and I like the guy. So he could be an awful person. He was on Howard Stern and exploiting his stutter, and he does shit on High Pitch Eric whenever he can. So I'm not saying no one that's trying to be on YouTube and do things is good people. We're all trying to fucking pretend we're something else to get likes because we don't like who we are. That's what this is.
Well, welcome to POS, everybody. I love it.
See our new little background? You're in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see. Yeah, we're all there. My head.
I saw it when I was in the waiting room. Yeah, it's sick. It looks like we're like a news station now. Because we actually talk about the news. Yeah, dude, I love it.
So looks good. Trying. For an old man, I was trying.
Let me rephrase. You were succeeding.
No, I said there's more I can do. I wanted to fuck with something. I want to do some changes and things. Oh, by the way, speaking of changes and things, my hit, like, subscribe. I was watching a lot of black people watch rap videos today. I watched like 10 different black people react to the Toby video with Eminem, and I watched about 6 different black people react to the Kendrick Lamar shit, because I just like watching black people react to stuff. And then a lot of them, when they do their hit, like, and subscribe, they don't do it like we do. Like, hey, like and subscribe. What's up, Beely? They like and subscribe and stuff like that. Instead, they just go like, yo, you know what the fuck to do with the YouTube shit? Fucking do it. And then people do it. I'm like, all right, yeah. You know what the fuck to do?
You do know. Indubitably, you do know what to do.
Uber Eats is back.
Did you see the other big rap thing that's been making a pop as of late? The little Malibu or whatever?
No, I don't know anything about Little Malibu.
So he's kind of this corny white guy who like went to a preppy school and then like moved to the hood to try to get credit, and kind of corny, but it's like almost that 6ix9ine area of where like he raps decently enough that people are starting to let it pass. Like initially he was doing publicity stunts, but they left him off of the XXL freshman class. So he added to one of the end of his songs. He was like, and glad you didn't leave me in class because I would have shot it up. And then it's just him pulling a gun out of his bag and shooting the magazine a bunch. And people are just going nuts. Not Malibu's Most Wanted, Beely.
Right.
I'm stuck in traffic. There's a Ford Maverick.
People are going nuts, like, as in what people?
The same ones you were describing that react to rap videos.
Oh,
like,
okay. I haven't seen any of that on my black feed. I have a decent black feed.
It seems like yours might be a little more hood credit than mine is. Mine kind of hits that gray area in the middle where it's like they're YouTube mainstream, but they're not quite hood verified like yours.
Oh, yeah. Mine are just black men who somehow got a camera, and they're obviously in a room where their mom still owns the house, but they've got it look nice. They got the nice Jordan posters and shit, and then they kind of sit back, and then they go, oh, shit! You know what the fuck going on? That's how it always starts. You can't say, you don't even know. It be popping like that sometimes. You don't even know. And I'm like, this is good. This is good stuff. And then like, yo, Drake, oh shit. They got an Al Pinata? Yo, they fucking that Al Pinata up. Wop, wop, wop. Oh, you don't even know. Did you know that's a symbol? That's a fucking symbol, baby. And then they go, oh, yo, you see that black guy in Compton? His name is Skeech Magoo. Skeech Magoo, yo, he's the one who sells balloons sometimes. That's hood. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is good.
That's the hood's Pennywise. And you're like, I don't think so. I think you're making that up. I know. Yeah. I thought that's who you were referencing.
The clown guy. Yeah, you know about him. There's a fat black clown. And every video goes, oh, shit, they got him. Clowny the DJ, whatever his name is. They're like, oh, shit. Yo, that's for real. Then they're like, yo, look who's producing it. Look at who's, son. Look who's producing it. David Free. You know about that shit? They said, Drake said that guy fucked Kendrick Lamar's wife, but he obviously didn't if they're doing the video together. Oh shit. Look who's in the car with them. DJ Mustard. By the way, worst DJ name of all time.
Yeah.
DJ Mustard, yo.
Yeah, it's real tough.
And he's not Chinese. If he was Chinese, I would get it. He's just a black guy. He goes, oh, look, they're at that chicken shack. Of course they are.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in that area. I don't know if you know, but my favorite thing in reaction to that is, have you seen Toronto's Punching Back? Like a bunch of like live streamers on YouTube are running around trying to play the diss, and people are just like, no, not here, and they'll punch them or hit them. Oh, that's been my new favorite trend. That like Toronto's punching back.
Or better, Atlanta punches back at Toronto.
Oh no!
Because now, if you know in the Kendrick song, and I'm sorry, white people, but in the Kendrick song, oh shit, you didn't even know. In the Kendrick song, Kendrick a lot of times it was saying that certain guys have his back, and they're Atlanta guys. Saying that that Drake felt that way, and he's like, you run through Atlanta every time you want street cred, but they don't even want you there. And Atlanta's like, we didn't want them. Don't fucking put this on us. We don't want to fuck with Compton.
We're still dealing with Young Thug and the crazy DA.
Yeah. We have that shit. It's like, oh, you didn't even know? He's a lawyer and shit. He's in court. They got a judge.
He told the judge he's standing 10 toes down and to lock him up with his client, Young Thug, the other day. That was my favorite. But
yo, Did you know Eminem got mad at Mickey Meal, Magoo?
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yo, he said he was top 12. He top 11.
Do you think the song Dreams Turned to Nightmares was written about a party at Diddy's where he thought it was his dream and then what happened later was a nightmare?
Oh, you know Family Matters is the song that Drake put out, but Family Matters also has the show where the guy Diddy fucked that guy. That's two family Easter egg.
You did find a good career path for John if he ever wants to get out of being the center of the Dabbleverse. He could just start reacting to rap videos.
That's what John should do, dude.
Yeah, 100%. We solved it.
Holy shit.
And like,
John
honestly,
should react to everything.
Dude, it's less work. You can just sit there and do it for hours on end. Get on Twitch. It'll be great.
Gibby the Clown. Thank you, B. Lee.
Thank you, B. Lee. Who looks like a rapper in his YouTube profile picture. I know he's a stand-up comic, but there it does look like he's doing like NF. Yeah.
I thought you meant Gibby the Clown. I'm white enough that the Gibby to me is the guy from iCarly.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Yo, shit, they got that fat motherfucker from iCarly. Oh, shit. Sam nuts, yo. She don't give a fuck.
Also, we did kind of flip things because my Gibby is the Gibbler, Kimmy Gibbler from.
Well, that would be my. Well, it would be my. No one called her Gibby. They called her. It was Kimmy Gibbler, but they didn't call her Gibby.
Maybe I got confused because of iCarly.
I mean,
why is it I? Why not they them Carly? It's kind of transphobic that she was iCarly.
Yo, because you didn't know that was all the shit. The phones were like iPhone, and you're like, oh, I know.
I'll show up and fight whoever's saying that iCarly's transphobic.
I know it's gonna sound wrong to say, but we both can't do the voice.
Neither of us can do it. No.
I'm saying we get shut down. I think if we both just start doing it. If one's doing it and I'm doing it as the guy reacting and reviewing, I think we're okay. But if we just start both being black men, then we're in trouble.
I was actually trying to be Stuttering John, which is even worse.
Did you look at this Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar's getting all upset. Score!
Who said Kimmy Gibbler was transphobic? I'll fight him. Because he's drunk and confused all the stories we had.
He insulted the OVO. Then what are you doing?
Dude, if John just starts throwing up the Crip signs as he's listening to the Kendrick song, he's in for life.
Wop. By the way, speaking of all that kind of stuff, and John and the Dabbleverse and all that, real quickly, my comedy album, but our celebration of it, everything. It's August 8th through 10th. The link is up now on comicsroadhouse.com. Please come out. If you're anywhere in New England or tri-state area, dude, you want to go to the casino. It's the best casino there is, Mohegan Sun. You stay one of the nights. You stay all the nights. Whenever you come to a show, you can podcast with us. We're going to podcast and do shit like that. Come out, hang out, support. The tickets are live there. It's crazy. It's kind of like one of those Dabble Cons or the Comedy the Compound, except we actually have a real comedy show with actual comedians, and then you get to also hang with us. But it's not a thing where we're gonna podcast or run around and be drunk, but you get to support, hang out, and then you'll be at the casino. So come out to the shows, comicsroadhouse.com. Tickets are available. One show Thursday, one show Friday, 2 Saturday. A lot of people have been asking me, which show are you gonna record? All of them. So we need all of you there for all the shows. We want to be best. Now, if I'm gonna imply something, in most times, I can't tell you this, most times the Saturday show is usually the best ones because the crowd's usually the biggest and the hypest and all that. But this place does a 6 o'clock and an 8 o'clock. That 6 o'clock, you would think the first show would be the one you're recording, but that's a tight turnaround. So I'll be real tight with it, but I'll have more fun at the 8. But I'm telling you, if you want to come, go to the Saturday. That's fun and fine. But the night I feel will be the most fun will be Friday night. I think Friday night will be one show. I'll be loose. We do the Thursday. You can hang. You do that whenever. Then you can just go do your own thing on Saturday when you stay. But go get a room. Fucking hang out. Do that soon because the summertime, it's crazy Mohegan Sun. But hang out with us. Party with us. And then we can hang out more Friday, all of us. There's a fucking boulder ride. There's fucking all these places to go. There's crazy shit. We can have a lot of fun. We will record some late night content. If I were you, if I was a person, I would come the Friday night show, stay Friday night, and then you got your weekend still to yourself. But come any of the nights you want to come. But what I ask is you come. It's like Dabbleverse, but with comedy.
And if you guys want, we could do some POS trivia. We could do some live 15 or 19. Whatever you guys want to do. Some Gattaca.
We will definitely not do live 15 or 19 while I'm at a casino. That work pays me. But
No, that's a good point. Very good point. I didn't think about that. No one at the casino should be 19. But anyway, what was it? I forgot what I was going to say. Go see Pat shit. If you guys want to play basketball or something, we can do that too.
it's gonna be August.
Mm-hmm. They're not going
Are
to
we
want to do it. Look at our audience. They're not going to want to play
No, I
basketball.
mean I would go play, but where are we gonna? Any of the parks I know in that area, it's gonna be so hot. But like, yeah, we'll be there. You should be there. It's gonna be great.
I've got a couple of decent stories. What do you got today? Those are August 8th, 9th, and 10th. Blaze, thank you for asking.
Blaze, they are in the scrolling thing. I know sometimes it's blue. It's hard to see, but it's over there too. But Blaze, it is there. At one point, not today, but I'll throw the link is there too. I mean, but I'll put the actual link with the show dates, whatever. But yeah, there's a place we're excited to see if you can make it, man. That'd be great. I've got some stuff, but do you feel like you have something that leads? Because I got some shit that leads, but if you don't want to lead, I'll lead.
Do you have stuff to lead?
I got breaking news.
All right, hit the breaking
news. Today's news.
Okay.
So if you like breaking news,
does it involve a crossbow?
No, but it involves.
Okay, good. No, good. All right, that's all I needed to know.
Alec Baldwin, his court case started.
Yes, sir.
Alec Baldwin played make-believe with a real gun on Rust set. Prosecutor says that manslaughter trial. Yep. That's what the lawyer said.
Prosecutor wins.
He played make-believe with a real gun. Alec Baldwin played make-believe with a real gun on the set of Rust, and cinematographer Halyna Hutchins died as a result, prosecutors argued at the start of an actor's trial Wednesday. Baldwin's lawyer, meanwhile, said he was merely an actor, acting, and that the people handed him a loaded gun with a live round are the ones responsible for Hutchins' death. Baldwin, 66, arrived at the court in Santa Fe around 8 a.m., roughly an hour before opening statements began in the manslaughter trial against him, wearing a dark suit, light purple button-down shirt, maroon tie, and glasses. He did not answer questions from a gaggle of reporters. I'd be mad if I was called a gaggle. By the way, do you know who was there supporting him in court? A man we mentioned the other day, Stephen Baldwin. Oh,
we were wondering if he was going to be on his side or not.
We were more wondering why he hadn't shot anybody yet. We didn't really bring up the part if he'd be there. The evidence will show that someone who played make-believe with a real gun and violated the cardinal rules of firearm safety is the defendant, Alec Baldwin. Prosecutor Erlinda Ocampa told jurors as Baldwin took note on a yellow legal notepad. That's the thing now. Now that court TV's playing all this stuff, all these people, Karen Reed did it, now Baldwin, they all write down notes on a legal pad. Now, I don't know what notes they need. Because if I'm a lawyer and then Alec Baldwin hands me shit, I'm like, you've done enough. How about you stop, you shut the fuck up, and you sit there. And I'll do it. I'm the lawyer. And he writes, don't say Maple. He goes, you want me to do my Tracy Morgan impression? He's like, no, I really, really, really don't want you to do your Tracy Morgan impression. That will not help right now.
We may have to plead insanity, so let's keep that ace in the hole there.
Well, you can't because he's been recorded. The other team can just go, he's been recorded doing it. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The 30 Rock star is charged with one count of involuntary manslaughter after he fired off a live round while rehearsing on the set of the Western at the Bonanza Creek Ranch, killing Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza on October 21st, 2021. This is like 3 years ago. He faces up to 18 months in prison if convicted. The 30 Rock star, which they said twice, which is funny because he's done a lot of things. It's funny they've had to go 30 Rock star twice. Is charged with one count of involuntary manslaughter. Oh, no, I know why? Because they repeated their paragraph twice.
Okay. I was like, wait a second.
They did that paragraph, and then they did the 18 months, and then they did it again. After that shooting,
right? Glenn Ross. Was that him? Or is that, I always get those two business movies.
No, that is him, but it's, that's the coffee is for closers shit. But he's been in a lot of other shit besides
I'm just saying, at least throw something else in there other than 30 Rock.
So, to be honest, I think most people do relate him to that when you really or Saturday Night Live appearances. He's not really known as his movies. You know what I mean? There's a couple.
That's a good point. He is more of a TV star.
Good. After that shooting, the defendant began to claim he didn't pull the trigger. Ocampo said the evidence will show that's not possible. Ocampo said multiple gun experts will testify that the gun will not discharge without a pull of the trigger. In multiple tests by a gun expert after Hutchins' death followed, the gun functioned and worked perfectly fine. Ocampo also told jurors that Baldwin requested that he work with the biggest gun possible and that it was not a prop gun, but rather a real one. It's not a toy, Ocampo said. It's not made of rubber. It's a real gun. And he demanded that I have a real gun. Baldwin mishandled the gun by pointing it at others and at things, the prosecutor alleged. You will hear about numerous breaches of firearm safety with this defendant and with the firearms, the prosecutor said. It was a piece of shit story. Now, I watched the other one, the trial that happened a couple months back with the girl who was the weapons prop person. And she was tried separately because she did not do a great job at paying attention to everything. Yeah, Wesley, my friend, how are you? It's awesome that you're here. Only 18 months. And that reasoning is because they already don't feel like it was 100% his fault. It was definitely an accident. He didn't bring a gun on to shoot people, but should he have been responsible? Was his influence the reason why they had a gun? Did he also, if he's saying he need to have a real gun, is there somewhere we haven't seen or heard yet that he might have said, put a bullet in there? You know, I want that feel. Because some actors will use a real bullet, and they talk about this in the other one, about using a real bullet, not in the actual scene, but to let them shoot off to the side, so when they do act it, they feel like they can do the real thing, which is crazy. Yes, both parties are dumbasses. I went 1,000,000,000%. But, because is the piece of shit Alec Baldwin for asking for a real gun, for saying, yeah, it's not my fault in any way, shape, or form. It is your fault somewhat. You know what I mean? Is it the people want to make the movie Rust? Holy shit. What's going to be weird is when the footage, it will never be finished. When the footage comes out of this, dude, that's going to be a thing. Like what's that movie with the guy? Hi, Mark. What's that? Yeah, The Room. It's going to be something like where people are going to want to watch it, but not for the reasons people think. But you're going to want to watch it knowing, okay, did he kill someone yet? Did he kill someone yet? Oh, this is where he kills someone. You know what I mean? Because they shot different scenes, different places. So it's not going to be like in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it the props people for listening to Alec Baldwin? Yeah, he said he wants the biggest gun. It's got to be a real gun. But they could say to him, hey, man, we can't do that shit. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of dangerous things have happened in life. We can't pull that off at all. Is it the other lawyer for saying, this guy's playing make-believe with a real gun? What's this guy doing? Why does he have to do that? He's an actor. You can pretend. So many Westerns were made without real guns and no one getting shot. So many. Like, it's definitely a precedent of most people don't get shot at movies. It's literally a thing. It's Stephen Baldwin for being like, hey, this is my big break. I haven't been on TV in a while. I see these court cases are helping dudes out. Maybe I can get some fucking things back. Because why else is Stephen there? Stephen don't give a fuck.
I can fake some tears.
Or is it the people on the movie Rust for hiring Alec Baldwin in the first place? I don't want to watch old-ass 66-year-old Alec Baldwin be a Western guy. There's so many other old white men I'd rather see do that than him.
Dude, if they had Joe Biden goes west, it would be the greatest thing since Pee Wee Herman, dude. Just give him a real gun and just put him out there and see what the fuck happens. I'm Joe Biden. Welcome to Jackass.
He goes to sniff the gun and shoots himself in the nose.
And then there's making the director's commentary. At this point, Joe almost Bud Dwyer'd himself, but thankfully his long nose was the only thing caught in this, and he ended up just running around looking like Michael Jackson.
Even if he didn't shoot himself, it'd be so great if they had like a scene where it's like high noon, they gotta meet for a shootout, they're standing like this, and then he just drifts off and walks away. Like, where the fuck is he going? And he just walks off into the sunset going, hey, where's Corn Pop? I can't find Corn Pop anywhere. Where's Corn Pop?
Corn Pop, today's the day, you motherfucker.
You feeling lucky? Bow, wow, wow.
You feeling lucky?
So who's the piece of shit?
So, to be honest, the piece of shit's me. Because the clear and cut and dry answer of who's the piece of shit in the story is Alec Baldwin. You have a gun in your hand, whether it's a prop or a real one. At the end of the day, you have a gun in your hand. You're responsible for what the fuck happens with it, right? Like, he pulled the trigger. He should have felt the weight. I don't own a gun, but I support people's right to. I have a family member who's a very big gun enthusiast, although unfortunately he had an accident where they all fell in a lake. You're responsible. That's the first thing you learn about guns. If you're holding a gun, you are holding a killing device. That's what they do. You pull the trigger, a bullet comes out, and if you do it right, it does kill. You got to be careful. But I'm not going to say that because that wouldn't be funny. This is a podcast. So I'm the piece of shit for varying from that. the biggest, I do see a good piece of shit in the name of the Bonanza Ranch. Like, oh boy, we had a real bonanza on our hands here the other night. Alec Baldwin was shooting people. But I think you hit the nail on the head with two big ones. First of all, who the fuck casts Alec Baldwin in a movie where he handles guns and then gives him a real gun? Those are two no-nos for me. Like, my mom's big thing is if somebody moved next door, I'd move because they creep me out. If Alec Baldwin moved next door, I'd move because that dude's a fucking creep. Watch out for him. He's going to shoot somebody. Also, who lets Alec Baldwin point a gun at them and isn't Stephen Baldwin? The only way you let Alec put a gun at you is if you're trying to make Stephen cry. It's the only way you get any good acting out of him. So those are my two pieces of shit.
Well, I agree with you to a point. It's not Alec Baldwin, and not even like comedy part aside. It's not Alec Baldwin. He's not the piece of shit. He's not wrong in this thing. I don't even think he should be found guilty. And the reason why I don't think he should be found guilty is because he was hired to do a movie, and then he just made requests. He asked for a real gun. He didn't ask for a real bullet. He didn't ask for whatever. He asked for things. I can ask, you could be driving a car. I can ask you to drive off a cliff all I fucking want. Don't drive off the cliff. You know what I mean? Like, the people in charge of the movie just go, no. But I'm Alec Baldwin. See ya. You're Alec Baldwin at 66. You're not Alec Baldwin at 35. I don't give a fuck. We're doing this movie. We already have a low enough budget. We don't have anyone else here. The girl who's in charge of the weapons armory, the girl that got tried in the first place, this was her, like her fourth or fifth job. She got this job out of nepotism because her father is a long-time person doing the same job, but she wasn't really trained, and they've said that before. She got in some trouble for it because she made all these bad moves, but she shouldn't even be in trouble. Because she's just some young girl who's trying to learn her way through Hollywood and being barked at by a name that's still really known, who shouldn't be allowed to bark. You know, in this day and age, the problem with Hollywood is that the men that were creeps were just being mean to women. If some of these men went around fucking these guys, they would calm the fuck down. That's
exactly
what we need.
And that's what I've been saying the whole time. Kevin Spacey's a hero.
We need a Bryan Singer. It's not Kevin Spacey because Kevin Spacey's not a director. So hire a Bryan Singer, someone like that kind of guy that's a director that just pulls Alec Baldwin back and goes, the only gun you're getting is mine in your mouth if you want to keep this gig. And he's like, what the fuck? He said, shut your fucking mouth or my balls go in there. And he's like, God damn it. And he does the thing. But yeah, it shouldn't be Baldwin at all for being in trouble because he just asked for shit. You know what I mean? It's not him. It's always the same stupid saying I always say. It's the drug deal. It's not the drug dealer. I mean, I always say that. I fucked up this time. Anyways, it's not my saying. My saying is wrong completely. But Alec Baldwin's not his fault because he just asked for stupid shit. It's not even the guy who gave him the gun with the bullet because he felt the pressure. It's the higher up. It's the executives, the executive producers, and the people that put the money into this that should be like, hey, listen, no. Whatever Alec asked for, don't. When I was working at Foxwoods and I was the house comic there, we would have some bigger names in the theaters. And one of them was Norm Macdonald, R.I.P., who I love. But Norm, we were told, will come in and he will ask for his entire check in cash so he can fucking gamble. We only want you to give him part of the check. You write that when he does that, don't give him anything until he asks for it. If he does, this is the only amount you're allowed to write to him. The rest of it has to be sent to us today, or he will not be there. So we did that. That was fine. So when he's supposed to get, G's upon G's, he only got 1 or 2 G's. Because they're like, here you go. You're getting this. And he's like, all right, they must have called you. And that's what he said. And then he went off and did his thing. So they knew Alec Baldwin. I want this and this and this, but you're not getting this. You get this. Here's a gun, but it's got a rubber bullet in it. That's the closest you're getting. You're not even getting a real gun, but don't worry. It looks close as real. We got the best in the world at this shit. We got you. We know what we're doing. You act. We'll do the props. We won't tell you how to act. You don't tell us how to fucking prop. So it's whoever fucking didn't tell Alec Baldwin to shut the fuck up. It's whoever didn't tell the young girl, don't listen to Alec Baldwin. There's someone who has to say, I don't care what they say, don't do it. That person's a piece of shit.
I agree. Or the other option is if, okay, let's say you want to indulge him. All right, now that you've done this, Alex, this is what you have to go through. These are the mandatory checks before we shoot any scene with a gun because there's
they did that. I mean, I know for a fact that was all done.
I thought that's why she got convicted because it wasn't done.
No, they did go to Alec and said
they did say that. Okay.
It wasn't said to him. It said it was done. But then with rushing of things and trying to get this thing done, they kind of started doing loopholes and things. What's going on, Kish? So like that thing. So all these things were said and stated at the beginning, and then little things were done, and then when we got crazier, we started leaving bullets in the wrong spots, putting the real bullets with the fake bullets, putting this part with that part, the confusion because of the rushing and the craziness, and some of it having to do with Baldwin being allowed to yell. If you stop all that shit, you can't yell, we don't rush, whatever. No one, I know we have only a certain amount of time to do this, but it is fucking rust. Who gives a fuck? We'll shoot the rest of the Walmart parking lot. Who gives a fuck?
It's not like we have to shoot it before it rusts.
Boom, boom. That's the part where you do your piece of shit story.
No, I like it. I was gonna ask, is one of your stories involving somebody who goes, "Hey, brother," because we should talk about that.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay, then I'll prepare that story for Friday then. You opened with a weapon story. Can I follow with one of my own?
You just do whatever story you want.
Sure, let's do that right now. This is also breaking news, which is kind of interesting. That's why I was curious if yours involved a crossbow. Are you familiar with the London police fatally shooting a crossbow-wielding man?
Am I familiar with the London police, or am I familiar with that story?
With this story, it's actually been an ongoing thing that this guy's
I'm not
been
familiar
like,
with this story at all.
Oh, so it just broke literally before we came on air. That's why I wasn't sure if you knew about it. So there was like a serial killer going around and shooting people in England. Maybe not
today.
No, like months. Like serial killer, like once a week taking somebody out with
right. But you said it broke today, so I didn't know what broke.
So today, what broke is that they caught him and he got murdered. But how they caught him's crazy, and I'm just gonna tell the story. My bad. Kyle Clifford, widely known as the London Crossbow Killer, was a man with a turbulent past marked by criminal activity and mental health issues. Prior to his recent violent spree, Clifford had been convicted of stalking, leading to a 5-year restraining order that prohibited him from visiting certain areas. Despite these restrictions, Clifford's actions escalated, culminating in a series of alarming attacks in East London. The first notable attack occurred in early March, where Clifford, armed with a crossbow, injured 2 individuals in Shoreditch. This event marked the beginning of a reign of terror that would leave the community in fear and prompt an extensive police operation aimed at capturing it. Following the initial attacks, the Metropolitan Police launched a targeted operation to apprehend Clifford. His violent behavior and the possession of a crossbow made him a significant threat. Reports indicated that Clifford was not only equipped with a crossbow, but also carried additional weapons, including a sword, hatchet, and a knuckle duster, which is brass knuckles, right? Are you familiar with the slang knuckle duster?
No. That sounds like something where if you fisted an old person.
That's what I was about to say. That or a lesbian who only likes old people. But I was is it brass?
Or a lesbian maid.
Ooh, there you go. Because she's cleaning. I like it. So he was also found to be wearing body armor, which added to the challenge faced by law enforcement in neutralizing him without further casualties. The final confrontation occurred in Shoreditch, where police tracked down Clifford. The situation escalated quickly as Clifford, heavily armed and ready to engage, posed an immediate danger to both police officers and the public. The police, prioritizing public safety, were left with no option but to shoot Clifford. The decision was influenced by the severity of the threat he posed, given his arsenal of body armor. The Independent Office for Police Conduct reviewed the incident, examining the body footage and the array of weapons found at the scene. This review highlighted the extreme measures taken. The case of Kyle Clifford has spurred various speculations and conspiracy theories. So the way they found him in Shoreditch, Pat, was he killed 3 family members of a BBC news reporter, the wife, daughter, and someone else, not the reporter, I believe. And so that's how they were eventually able to catch him down. Is like this guy had been reporting on him, almost kind of like. Did you ever watch The Mentalist?
I know it existed, but I always thought it should be a show about a retarded guy. Hello there, I got it. I'm the Mentalist.
I drove to Shuli's house and he didn't want to fight.
That's The Mentalist.
But the unfortunate TNT
The mental lisp.
Oh, boom. And then it's him reacting to rap videos. We've done it, dude. Call John. Somebody in the chat. Don't actually. But on the real show, he was a fake psychic, and he predicted that John, the serial killer, was a bad guy, so the serial killer killed his whole family. So kind of like that, this guy, show host, went on air and was talking like, this guy's an incel. He went and read some conspiracy theories that this Clifford dude was on like Reddit and 4chan and was in incel communities, and was like, he's just kind of a piece of shit loser. Don't be afraid. Don't run away. If you see him, attack him. You could probably beat him up. So the dude killed his daughter and wife. Let me just finish the article here in case if I see anything. The community of Shoreditch, more like whore in a ditch, who wrote that, and broader East London community have been deeply affected by these events. The fear and uncertainty caused by Clifford's actions have left a lasting impression on the residents. The police's response, while necessary, also highlighted the complexities and danger faced by law enforcement in dealing with heavily armed individuals with mental health individuals. Despite the tragic nature of this incident, it is important to remember that this Clifford may have been big and red and definitely a dog, but he certainly wasn't friendly. Pat, who's the piece of shit in this story?
Wait, was that last line in it, or was that you?
I wrote that pun. I thought it was
all right.
funny.
I was like, well, I know. But
I also wrote the
like,
whore in a ditch line, but it was.
I know. That's why I knew
taste.
they didn't write it. It was like, yeah, I was like, what are these parts?
So who's your piece of shit in the story? Obviously, the guy who's running around with the crossbow is kind of dumb. Like, he's a piece of shit. I'm not going to say the women did anything wrong. I think they were innocent victims. I know that's a complete plot twist out of me. So am I the piece of shit for not blaming the women in this situation? Is it the police in London? Like, if a guy has a crossbow and he's killed somebody, there shouldn't be a lot of discussion of what do we do next. In America, they're just waiting for the opportunity. Right? They're just chomping at the bit over here. Maybe that's the beauty of our guns. Is the piece of shit the show host for talking shit and kind of sticking his nose where he didn't really need to? Pat, what do you think? I've talked enough.
What do you mean? Where did you talk shit?
Not me. No. The BBC host whose family was killed in retribution for the guy talking shit.
I thought you were doing, because you a lot of times will do like, is it me? Like, is it the show host? You're a show host. So I was like,
No. I said, is it me for not blaming the women in this situation?
I heard that part, but then I thought you went back to it and called yourself a shit talker. Okay.
I'm a little all over the place. I'll explain why with my next story.
I'm good.
No, you'll understand.
I already understand. By the way, Kish, thank you for reaching out to George Shiger. 30 hot dogs. That's a good amount of hot dogs, man. It does tell you how crazy Chestnut was for doing like in the 70s all day. They showed a list one day of how many times the guy who broke the record the guy who won this year got like 50 something. And I saw that. So people don't see what I'm saying. He's talking about George Shiger, the Coney Island guy. He ate 30 hot dogs. The guy who won it, I think, at like 58. Chestnut has gone over 58 like 9 times. So that's how crazy it is. Like, that guy's best. He beat that 9 different times. But,
and I don't want to talk too much about the hot dog because perhaps somebody has a story a little later about that. But on the day of the contest, Joey Chestnut, you did that one as well.
The wife, cheating.
Yeah, the cheating.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. But the day of the contest, Joey Chestnut ate one more hot dog in his Netflix eating contest than the guy who won.
Yeah. Right. I knew that too. I was just showing that the list was good. So yeah. Anyway, the piece of shit in this story, to me, is not the guy for shooting people with a crossbow. He's fucking. If you're nuts, you're nuts. I like when nuts people at least try to be superheroes. They've got their own little backstory, their origin thing in their heads. They're doing the right thing no matter what. The second you're putting on capes and shit and outfits, you feel like you got something going on. I'm not gonna blame women. Anyone, I know it's women, but anyone getting shot by a crossbow, no, who the fuck sees that coming? That's crazy. It's London. It's because you're gay. It's because you're like, oh, we don't do guns. Here's what happens when you don't do guns. Because when you don't do guns, people get creative and stupider. Now, Sherlock Holmes gets a lot of fucking hype over in your stupid country there, England. But Sherlock Holmes stinks because he always can never find anybody. It's like, it's a man with a fucking wielding mace or some shit. It's like, yeah, just listen for whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Like, if you get every time a guy has to pull out a gun is just plow. A crossbow is pull out, pull back, aim. If you can't fucking catch that guy, fuck you and your stupid hats and your I can't move because I'm a puppy. Fuck you. It's so stupid. It's your stupid cops. They can never catch anybody. It's always dumb. Your white people shit is weirder than our white people shit. We're not running around with crossbows. When we can't use a gun, we have an axe, and it's quick. We know how to do it. You don't even know what you're doing. It's the stupidest thing. And now people have to be like, how did your mom die? It's like, fucking crossbow. They're like, gay? It's the dumbest way to fucking die. You can't even respect their moms. Fuck you, London. Step it up. Give people guns.
Yeah, I wish I had more to say than just, a great way to put somebody down with a crossbow, a gun. That's why America is the best. That's all I got.
Well, they didn't catch him, so they can't put him down. But I'm saying if he had a gun, well, event you said months and months later.
That's what I'm saying. They got to get him day of. Somebody would have. I'm saying one of the women he attacked, they had a pistol in their purse. Not just police. Let's give everybody a gun. Babies guns. Yeah. Joe Biden, lots of guns. I think if he was giving a speech at NATO, no matter how slurry he was, if he's firing a pistol off into the air every 5 seconds, people are paying attention.
I don't think he'd fire it off 5 times. I mean, he wouldn't be retarded. I mean, I'm saying the opposite. Like, if you have a gun, you can do quickly and get away. Our serial killers didn't use guns either, but they didn't shoot crossbows from along the way. They fucking grabbed, they lurked, they fucked, they did things. They ate.
You know what? Thank you for bringing that up. The real piece of shit is him. Crossbows are for women. Real men use compound bows.
Big women.
Boom.
Well, first of all, no one uses compound anymore. Hey-o.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. Why doesn't he have the drawback, like 70 pounds?
Because he's not Robin fucking Hood. It's just English are so stupid at what they do. But you know who's not stupid at what he does? George Clooney. You know about that guy, Mr. Handsome, even when he's old?
We almost only had one unique story. Thank God I
could have
the last
off,
second. No, me too.
It would have been easy to grab more stories. We don't.
George Clooney, wasn't he that young up and comer on ER? What happened to him? Never really heard much of him after that.
He was in a ton of shit.
I was teasing.
Oh, I didn't know what was going on at the beginning, brother. George Clooney calls on Biden to drop out of presidential race weeks after co-hosting fundraiser. He cannot win. So Clooney's throwing his name in there, telling Biden enough's enough. Clooney's known to be a very liberal fucking supporter. Oscar-winning actor George Clooney called on President Biden to end his campaign for re-election Wednesday, saying the 81-year-old incumbent cannot win. Clooney made the call for a new candidate in an op-ed published in the New York Times less than a month after he co-hosted a Biden fundraiser that raised some $30 million. However, the receipts were overshadowed by Biden freezing up during the event and having to be escorted off stage by former President Barack Obama. That footage has been all over the fucking place. They showed that a ton right after the debates, too. The president and his predecessor sat for an interview with ABC late night host Jimmy Kimmel, and as the men rose afterward, Biden's gaze appeared fixed on the applauding crowd for a full 10 seconds until Obama took his wrist and guided him off stage. He's like really just looking like an old man feeding ducks, and the ducks took all the bread. He looks fucking nuts. It's devastating to say it, Clooney wrote, but the Joe Biden I was there with 3 weeks ago at the fundraiser was not the Joe big fucking deal Biden of 2010. He wasn't even the Joe Biden of 2020. He was the same man we all witnessed at the debate. The Serenia star added that I love Joe Biden as a senator, as a vice president, and as a president. I consider him a friend, and I believe in him. Believe in his character. Believe in his morals. But the one battle he cannot win is the fight against time, Clooney went on. None of us can. It's devastating to say it, but the Joe Biden I was with 3 weeks ago and at the fundraiser is not the big fucking deal Joe Biden. He was the same. I don't know why New York Post is repeating their paragraphs 12 times, but this makes me nuts. Anyway, who's piece shit?
Crazy.
Is it New York Post for fucking literally not knowing how to write an article and edit it? I follow you on Facebook. It's literally your newspaper on Facebook. That's twice now that you've doubled up your fucking thing. Hire an editor. Fuck you, New York Times. It's not the writer's fault. It's the person that puts it out there. They're not putting. If they put it twice, copy and pasting. It's not their fault. It's somebody's feeding into an AI or some shit. Is it them? Is it George Clooney? I get it. You're a big supporter. You got a ton of money and all this shit. And I know Biden's been fucking off. But who the fuck is George Clooney to say who can run for president? What the fuck have you run for? You're an actor for a long time. This is the second story of actors overstepping their bounds, thinking they can talk about other shit. Fucking Baldwin thinking he knows what actually should have guns. No. George Clooney going, I don't think you should. You can say what you want, but who's taking your op-ed? Why are the New York Times even taking that? I don't want that from him. I want that from politicians. I don't want that from George Clooney. Yeah, you might say he's political. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about George Clooney's not going to relate to me, especially liberals, because conservatives right now are the ones that really do have more money overall. And that's kind of where like they'll relate to him more. A liberal who's struggling and believes in the things that Biden supposedly stands for cannot relate to anything in George Clooney's fucking life whatsoever. So Clooney's just like mad because he chose the wrong horse and he found out the horse in the Derby that he was going to pay for has a bum leg. That's all he's fucking mad about, because now he's raised all that money for it. He's like, what was that for? Does it matter? Does it matter? 30 million's one movie for you. You don't give a fuck what you fucking raised. It wasn't your money anyway. That's the crazy part. If you really cared, just donate the 30 million. What the fuck are you doing? I never understand rich people doing fundraisers. It's like, I've got tons of money. Or like, I've been on radio shows where like, it's like, you guys need to send us $3,000 so we can put a guy in a fucking cage. It's like, just buy a cage. You've got the fucking money. What's up, Carl Frosted Tips? You know why? I understand you want to involve the people, but you're making them pay for it. Or we need you to do this. This child needs a rocking chair and that she can't afford it. Just buy her the rocking chair. No, we got to fucking raise the money and make you fucking do it. That's fucking weird.
We'll match up to a certain amount. That means you can donate that amount. Just donate it.
Match up the amount, I don't mind, because at least they're putting some of their money in. A lot of times it's not anybody putting their own money in. I don't think Clooney was matching up 30 million.
No, I don't think so either.
You guys made some money, I'll fucking double down. You get 10, I'll put in 10. Every 10 you do, I'll do. That'd be fucking nuts. But I'm not saying he has to do that, but just because you donated and you fucking ran a thing, shut the fuck up. Is it Joe Biden for not just going, who the fuck are you? I don't know you. We're not friends. How the fuck is 81-year-old Joe Biden and George Clooney boys? That makes no fucking sense. Do they go out and fucking drink? That's stupid. You're not friends. You're famous. He's famous in a certain way. You want that pull. You want to be able to say you know the president. That's all that is. He doesn't give a fuck that you like. Is it Donald Trump for not coming out and going, George Clooney's the worst actor. He's terrible. Brad Pitt's better. So much better. George Clooney stinks. Rosemary Clooney, whore. The other George Clooney's Indian wife, stupid Indian, all that stuff. Where is he? Why is he yelling about this? This is crazy. Or is it New York Times for going, thanks, George Clooney, for writing us an article because we don't have our own writers? Or is it New York Post for repeating it? I know I already said that. I'm doing what they did. Boom.
I think Trump would have been great if he was like, George Clooney's a fine actor, but who's a little better? Can you smell it, Joe? Can you smell what The Rock's cooking? And then The Rock comes out and supporting him, and then Stone Cold in a surprise twist of events then comes out and supports Biden, and the rivalry everybody wants is reignited, and then everybody forgets about John Cena retiring. That'd be cool. For me, the piece of shit in the story is Clooney. There are actors whose political opinion I pay attention to. There are musicians, there are rappers. It's great that you have opinion and voice it, but a lot of them have gone out and stood behind what they believed in. Schwarzenegger, Reagan, like those were guys who gave up movie careers. Now you might say it was at the end of their time anyway. Well, TikTok, George. It's at the end of yours. Like, if you really care this much about politics, throw yourself in the race. Run. Learn it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to, I'm all for having political opinions. You can have fundraisers for you, what you want, but I draw the line at it's time for you to step down as president. Like, what the fuck do you know about being president?
I get what you're saying with Schwarzenegger, but Reagan wasn't really that great of an actor, and he wasn't making any money.
The Gipper? So,
yeah, I know the name of the character, but it wasn't. It was one thing, but he wasn't the main. He was an actor in that movie, but it wasn't really. It didn't make a lot of money or success. We know the line, "Do one for the Gipper," but it wasn't like this big movie at the time.
What? I grew up in an Irish Catholic household. I was taught it was like as big as The Godfather. That's not on you. I'm not criticizing you. I'm learning now my own jaded perspective.
It's kind of known, but once again, the grandma test, they might know the Gipper and they know Reagan acted in it. Reagan wasn't this big star actor. Okay. He was a lead guy, but he was kind of like, Josh Hartnett. You know what I mean? Like, if you say the name, you're like, oh, I remember he was in some shit, and there was a couple of years. A Gerard Butler, you know what I mean? Like, he was no Clooney, and he was no Schwarzenegger when it comes to blockbuster. But I know what you're saying, leaving that. George Clooney, by doing these fundraisers and saying right away, I want to just be the guy who donates and doesn't want to be involved. Arnold Schwarzenegger, from the very beginning, was saying, I would like to run. I am in charge, which is even crazier because he wasn't from here or whatever. But yeah, Clooney said from the very beginning, I want to do that. So you are right. He's already backed out. So why even say anything? He's saying something because he can. It's this. Yeah. It's the actor entitled shit. And that's all it is. So to me, the piece of shit in this story is not George Clooney, though. And it's George Clooney's wife. George, whatever, forgetting her name now, but she's a fucking, like, a big time fucking, dignitary type lady. She goes all over the place. She raises money funds. She's like this. She helps out with fucking third world countries. She's this fucking, like, brilliant woman who should be like, hey, George, know your role. Shut up. I shut up all the time. I hold your hand. When I'm brilliant, and I have to be married to you, and you keep making movies with Brad Pitt. You do those weird Wes Anderson things that nobody understands. You're staring at goats. You're doing dumb shit. I don't say nothing. But now you're going too far. Back the fuck off. If you want someone to talk about politics, I can jump in if you want. It would make more sense if I jumped in. If I was standing next to you and I said, hey, George and I were talking about it, and maybe you should back out a little bit. Because now that George said something about that, the only way I'm okay with George saying this is if George follows it up with, I'll do it. You know what? I'll do it. Joe, you're a great man. You did what you did the best you could do. I loved you back in 2012 when I called you Joe motherfucking Biden, whatever the quote was, but you can't do it anymore. So get me a good politician. Get me the best of the best Democrat sidekick. Me, George Clooney, will run for president. That guy looks like a president on TV. He has the look. He has the respect. People know who he is. And it's not crazier than Trump.
No.
And his wife is very smart, and she's somebody who can deal with foreign affairs. You can have her in there. You just need a politician. If he's not saying that, then he should shut the fuck up. But it's his wife for not going, shut the fuck up.
If you have Michelle Obama, people are going to mispronounce Clooney. Like, if you make Obama his vice president, people are going to accidentally forget the L.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like Clooney. I'm like, why does that matter if he's a clone? I was like, I was not with you on that one, but okay.
Now I got you there. No, I do see what you're saying.
I'm there.
100%. Yeah, so let me pull up my slide real quick and then I'll share my next story.
Please hit like and subscribe, everybody. We appreciate you being here. But boom, on the eyes right now, it's like almost 100 fucking people. That's nice. Thank you.
Hell
We got basketball guys. Nice.
So, do you know the legend John Good?
The legend John Good? No, I do not.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because you're not from the area where he's actually a legend in, which is Central Pennsylvania.
They call him the legend?
Legendary John Good. You'll understand why in a second. What I have here.
No, I know. I was just asking the question.
Yeah, they do.
Conversation's fun.
No, it was all good. I was just kind of distracted. But yeah, so this is basically an article I found. Kind of, he passed away yesterday. So, local legend John Good Jr. passes away, leaving behind legacy of triumphs and turmoil. So I guess that answers our legend debate. It was right in the headline. I just answered your question. So, Middletown, PA. John Good Jr., a name synonymous with both extraordinary talent and controversial escapades, passed away yesterday, leaving behind a legacy that has left the community of Dauphin County both inspired and bewildered. Good Jr. first made headlines as a standout basketball player at the local high school in Middletown. Known for his incredible agility and precision on the court, he led his team to several state championships. His confidence was as notable as his talent. He once bragged that he escaped a DUI arrest because the officer recognized him as the budding local basketball star. This bold claim only added more to his local legend status, portraying him as a young man with a promising future. In one memorable high school game, Good single-handedly scored the final 20 points in the last 5 minutes, securing an improbable comeback victory and earning him a spot in the local Hall of Fame. His basketball prowess earned him a full scholarship to Richmond University, where he continued to excel. At Richmond, he was known not only for his performance on the court, but also his charismatic personality. Good Jr. was often seen in the local community, engaging with fans and participating in charity events, solidifying his reputation as a beloved figure. In a legendary college anecdote, he accidentally smoked weed before a preseason tournament, mistaking it for a regular cigarette. God damn it. Despite this mishap, he played one of the best games of his career, shutting down future NBA star Bill Walton and leading the Richmond Spiders to a stunning victory. The incident became part of the campus lore, further elevating his mythic status. However, John's ambitions extended beyond basketball. Upon graduation, he joined the Navy and became a SEAL, a move he later revealed was part of his plan to fund his law degree. His time as a SEAL was marked by notable bravery and dedication, earning him commendations for his service. One particularly daring mission, which he was not officially sanctioned to perform, saw Good Jr. single-handedly save a group of hostages from a war-torn region in Africa, earning him the admiration of his peers and the gratitude of those he rescued. At this point, Pat, you're probably asking yourself, why did Bobby bring this story to my attention?
Yeah, you know what? Fucking yeah. I've been in my whole head like, what the fuck why am I watching this Mad Magazine drawing, and why the fuck am I listening to this guy's fucking obituary? Yeah, I think we're all asking that.
Hang on, here's where things start to turn a little bit. After obtaining his law degree, Good Jr. transitioned in the world of corporate law. He quickly made a name for himself as a formidable lawyer, representing several companies involved in state-funded grants. His legal career was filled with courtroom victories and high-profile cases. However, his success took a dark turn when John realized a decent portion of the grants earned from the state were being used for CEO bonuses, and things like that. John decided to go full Robin Hood. It was eventually discovered that he had embezzled $15 million from these companies, cleverly hiding the funds in a 401k to be paid out upon his retirement from the state. Good was known for a sharp that's just a summary. As the net closed in on his fraudulent activities, stories, Good Jr. faked his death. All right, dude. Never mind then.
We're having fun. The person asked it was a long story, and I answered it was so long. It's a long story.
Yep.
All right.
Look, I don't even know where I was. Hang on. As the net closed in on his fraudulent activities, Good Jr. faked his death in a desperate bid to escape justice. His plan was short-lived as the authorities quickly uncovered his deception, leading to his disbarment. Despite the setback, Good got a job teaching AP government at a local high school. Known for his unconventional teaching methods, Good Jr. incorporated YouTube videos like Terry Tate, Office Linebacker, and the Humpty Dance into his curriculum. While his approach was unorthodox, his students consistently achieved the highest scores in the region, earning him a tolerance from the school administration. His habit of running to his car to smoke weed between periods was overlooked to the extent that the drug-sniffing dogs used in random searches were instructed to ignore his room and car. He even at one point taught students how to wash checks using acetone. During a swine flu uptick, he turned the hand sanitizer dispensary into an automatic flamethrower. Good Jr. took the teaching job with a clear goal in mind: to reach retirement age to access the $15 million he had stashed away. In his post-life teaching, John Good Jr. was often seen living on his yacht, partying by night and fishing by day. He embraced his lifestyle of luxury and leisure, seemingly unbothered by the past transgressions. Here's where things get weird. In an obituary, it was noted, John Good Jr. has passed away unexpectedly. For those who are his true friends, don't go looking for John. He will come and speak to you, and his legacy will continue to influence those who knew him. Pat, I think this man faked his death again. That's what this was all about. That whole.
Why do you think that?
Because in the obituary, it was like, "Don't look for me."
Yeah, but how old is he?
He would have been 70.
Okay, then he possibly could.
Yeah,
what was the name he was using as the teacher?
John Good Jr.
No, but when he faked his death, he'd have to change his name.
No, he got caught right away. Like, he tried to fake a death, and there wasn't even a body. He torched his car and tried to make it look like he crashed, and there was this whole thing, and he was dead. So they caught him like right away, and so then I
missed that one part. I thought he was like doing all that secondary shit. He was already the fake guy, and I was like, okay, that's cool.
No, so basically what he did is he took the money he stole from these companies and put it in a state-based 401k that he couldn't touch until he retired legally from the state. So he had to find a job through the state again to get the money.
Oh, it's Kevin. Kevin's fucking John Good Jr., whatever. That's his new name now. He's alive.
Kevin G. Nicholson, that has a nice ring to it.
G stands for good.
Yeah, it's perfect. Good God. So who's the piece of shit? Is it him for potentially faking his death? Is it me for trying to make the legend lived on? Is it whoever wrote that story for making it 45 fucking minutes? Well, yeah, he did a lot, but Jesus Christ. Pat, will throw it to you first.
Well, I'm not. I'm sorry if you got upset. I was joking with the people in the thing. It was a longer story, and my ADHD turned. So if you got upset or butthurt or anything, I apologize. I didn't want to do that to you. That's not what I wanted to do.
No, not at all.
And I hate to put on my comedy writing hat for a second here. I think it would have worked if we flipped it. You were like, a guy faked his death. Yeah, he did. And it's crazy. Like after his death, he did this. And we're like, holy shit, this and this. He goes, but you would think the guy who did that, he probably had an awful life at the beginning, right? He had to like fake it to like try to do new things and teach. No, he was a Navy SEAL. He was a great athlete. He was this and holy. And you're like, whoa. And then I've been like, oh, is this what the guy Johnny B. Good was based on? The guy from Back to the Future? That could be him. That whole song with the whole fucking with white people who could just be athletes and it was okay. By the way, I don't know. I visit Bill Walton. I like this story came out shortly after Bill Walton died because Bill Walton's probably like, that motherfucker did not fucking take me to school. Fuck you. But like, whatever.
It seemed convenient.
It was probably Bill Walton's weed. It was like he probably grabbed the wrong cigarette because Walton's been high his entire life. The piece of shit in that story is John P. Good or whatever the fuck his name is. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fake my own death because wow, the guy was doing everything. He was like Forrest Gump without the retardation. He fucking did everything in the fucking world, and now he's like, now I'm gonna fucking just try to be a regular guy and teach the people. Get the fuck over yourself. This is why people hate white people. This shithead. If you're not dead yet, I'm finding you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Hey, Stuttering John. Go find this guy and go outside his house. So, you think you're good? You think you're good? I'm good. I'm gooder. I'm John Gooder. You're just regular good. You're not good. I'm good.
I don't think he's a piece of shit.
I had to go somewhere. I don't know.
No, I get it. I think the piece of shit in the story is whoever wrote that obituary. Like, it was some weird poetic bullshit. And then the guy who wrote the article about a local teacher who died made it 45 pages long.
He's a white time traveler.
He is. But the Forrest Gump analogy is spot on because he taught me AP government. That's how I knew John Good. He was the man. He also taught me how to wash checks one day. He was like, hey, I want to teach you something. He was high as shit. It was awesome. But he stumbled every step of the way. Like, he never had a plan. He went to Richmond because he thought Spiders was a funny mascot and it'd be fun to have pictures of him in a jersey that said Spiders on it.
Yeah, but that's real life. I know a lot of people afterwards say, I went to this college so I could pursue this. It's like you went there because you saw a chick there with big tits and you also got a scholarship. And then you decided you could also make a nuclear bomb. You know, it's like, oh, I was doing this academia. No, you did that because you want to be an athlete. Your dad called you gay every day. So you made you like learn how to fucking understand this one thing. So that maybe one day you could prove to your dad you're not gay. And then you're still gay. You know what I mean? At least this one was, why did you go there? Spiders? Like, you know, it's like, why'd you go to the Navy SEALs? I don't know, SEALs? I just like animals and shit. Like, at least he's being honest.
Yeah, no, I like that about him. One of my favorite stories with him was we had a gay straight alliance at our school that put up posters. And if you tore it down, behind it, it said, you've just committed a hate crime. You're on camera. Enjoy your detention. But the issue was they put it on like on top of all the sports posters.
Right.
And it's like, all right.
But wait, what was the hate crime for? Because if it's a gay straight alliance, you could hate either one of them.
Right. And that's part of the problem. And I didn't really give a shit. I just thought it was weird you put on school posters. So one day John Good came to me and was like, are you bored? And I was like, a little bit. Why? And he was like, let's cause a ruckus. Go tear down one of those signs.
Uh-oh. Ed's Funhouse is calling you out in a fake story.
I could share you his brother's obituary right here on Facebook.
Or Ed's just saying maybe he faked his whole death again and he pulled everything off the internet.
That's definitely possible. It's also possible John E. Good isn't his real name. He could have completely changed his name. But
it was the G for gay.
Gay ass long story. But so I got pulled in for a detention and they were like, what do you have to say? I was like, I'd like to call my first witness. And the principal was like, that's not how it works. And I was like, can you call Mr. Good? He came and was like, you can't commit a hate crime against a piece of paper. What is he, hate recycling? They're like, what are you doing, John? He's
That's-
like, I didn't feel like teaching my class today.
Jeez. Did he sound like that? Did he have my voice? Do you just draw to people like me?
No,
Hello, I'm your teacher.
Dude, he literally had your voice.
Oh, Jesus.
He would come in and be like, all right, so Terry Tate's basically the bureaucracy, and we need somebody to come in and clean up the bureaucracy like Terry Tate.
Kevin G's been fighting for this joke, so we gotta let him do it. He's saying the Indiana University at Pennsylvania is show us your IUP-ness. He's feeling good about that joke, so we'll let him have it. Oh, Terry. Terry's always breaking the news. Maybe this is fake and Bobby is Mr. Good.
Oh, Mr. Good's way older than I am.
I don't know, Bobby. Like, okay, so
Or-
you know, like,
maybe Mr.
you know,
Good
Fight
was.
Club. You know, how in Fight Club, they thought there was two guys, but it was one guy yelling at himself. And then, I don't know if you watch The Boys, but in The Boys, they're doing that too. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but like one guy who thinks he's been teaming up with someone else finds out that guy's not ever there. It's his fucking mind and the cancer in his brain making him think there's someone else there. Maybe Bobby taught himself in school and would yell that, like, "Yeah, you don't know about Tate." He's like, "I don't know about Tate."
That'd be sick. That's
Like,
the
literally.
real Mr. Good.
Oh, I looked quickly. I thought he was holding the back of a lady's head and getting blown. I'm like, Ben Franklin's getting it on.
He probably
Wait,
was.
that guy's the guy in the pictures who looked all fucking handsome?
Yeah.
That guy stinks. That guy's
This
got
was-
fucking
This was
Quaker
the
Oats
day.
hair.
This was the day before he died.
What do you mean, what the fuck me? It doesn't look like he was getting blown.
By a fish? It's
I
one
thought it
gay
was the back
fish.
of a lady's head. When it first popped up, it just like he had his hand on the back of a lady's head and he's just getting blown.
Do you think
Oh,
that was
My bad, Beely. Spoiler alert on Boys. I didn't say who, but yeah, if you're watching it, you know what I'm talking. Yeah, I fucked that up. That's my bad, dude. Watched it. You should have watched it last week. That was last week's episode. Where the fuck are you? Tomorrow's a new episode. You should fucking know.
I've heard great things.
No
about
one's finished
Boys.
the Boys yet, you fucking asshole, Beely. No one's finishing. It's not done yet. We're still in the season. What are you talking about? Grow up. Kathy Griffin's head, that'd be nuts. If he's the one who he did that, your boy Good was just holding Kathy Griffin's head.
I think Clownface was referencing getting blown by Kathy Griffin, like if he was holding the bag of her head.
I think either one works.
Oh God, now he's necrophiliac. He didn't even get
Yep,
the good
B.
stuff.
Lee. If you don't know me enough yet, I will always flip it. So you're the asshole. You don't know my fucking Jedi mind tricks. Let's ask any ex I have.
Yeah. I've heard good things about The Boys. My issue with it, why I can't watch, is I feel like it should have been just males recast in Lena Dunham's girls, and then just called it The Boys.
I mean, I get what you're saying with the joke there, but like it was a comic book for a while, and that's why, and it's called that. You find out why I run away, so it's a whole different.
No, that makes sense. I would love to see Jonah Hill as Lena Dunham, and I'm not talking Skinny Hill.
That can happen anywhere. Still, this show didn't stop that.
What if we just start casting movies?
That's
Like, we need you to A, make a movie with Lena, and then B, we need to recast it with all males with Jonah Hill. Any one of Lena's hot friends can be replaced by Jonah's old, less hot friends.
Dude, Homelander killing Kathy Griffin's crazy. You guys are having fun in there. I am gaslight oats. Don't call me that because I've been accused of that. Fuck you. I don't do that at all. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Would you say you're a natural at it?
Natural
that
gas?
That you're Pat natural gas at lighting oats?
Yeah. If you want to get some clips out, here we go. Times Square chaos sees 3 slashed, 1 pepper sprayed and bitten in just 4 hours. This happened not too long ago. 3 people were slashed and another pepper sprayed and bitten overnight in Times Square area, both in the subway and out of the street, authorities said. The most recent crime, a 26-year-old man was slashed in the right arm in what appears to be an unprovoked attack on the number 7 train platform at Times Square subway hub around 3:45 a.m. That's the best time to bite people, like almost 4. The victim claimed the suspect had accosted him previously, and once confronted, the stranger knifed him in return, according to police sources. The wounded man showed cops a photo of his attacker, and the suspect, identified as Michael Hernandez, 25 of Brooklyn, was soon busted by police, according to authorities and sources. Hernandez was charged with second-degree assault and fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon, cops said. Officers found a switchblade in his left pocket of his shorts, sources said. Yeah, if you're going to stab people, get rid of the knife. Don't keep the knife in your pocket. That I don't know about stabbing, but you definitely should do that. West 42nd, in an unrelated attack around 1 a.m., Sarah Flores, 19, was walking through Bryant Park at West 42nd Street and 6th Avenue, where she told Jennifer Tompkins, 30, a complete stranger, that a group had just jumped her. Tompkins warned Flores to leave her alone or she'd pepper spray her, but Flores persisted, according to police. Then an all-out brawl ensued between the women, with Tompkins allegedly pepper spraying Flores and biting her on the lip, and Flores stabbing Tompkins in the head and the ribs.
That plot twist come from that? Yeah. Dude, help. I just got jumped, and then I bit her in an all-out brawl. Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Holy shit. Well, dude, maybe it is the craziest. Kevin's winning. But yeah, man, maybe that is her way of getting support. Like, I need your help. I've been jumped, and she's gonna grab her. But what if she wasn't? She's like, I need help. Help me. And the 30-year-old lady's like, welcome to New York, sister. Bite. And she's like, what the fuck?
Out of the frying pan into the fire, as they say.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Stabbed in the head and the ribs. Oh, dude, they showed her. She's got blood all over her tits. Both women were arrested with assault and menacing. They got menacing? Oh, no. I'm in for 2 counts of menacing. Both in the 2nd degree, police said. Flores is from the Bronx and Tompkins from Queens. Authorities said they have rap beef. The earliest assault unfolded around 11:30 p.m. Tuesday when a 31-year-old man was slashed in the stomach after getting into an argument with another man on the southbound A, C, and E platform. The victim was taken to Bellevue, where he was listed in stable condition. The nature of the violent clash was unclear Wednesday, and no arrests have been made. The chaotic incidents came hours after Mayor Eric Adams touted how much the crossroads of the world is thriving. Anytime you don't believe the city's back, just go hit Times Square. You'll see the people walking, just enjoying being in our city, Heisinger said on Monday morning briefing. Felony assaults are up about 13% so far this year in the confines of the Mid-South precinct, which covers Times Square. A total of 276 such crimes were reported from the beginning of this year through Sunday, which is half the fucking year. That's crazy. 276 crimes like this, stabbings or bitings, no gunshot ones, compared to 244 during the same period in 2023. So the stats are up a little, but not too much. I mean, yeah, it's like 30 more, but that's not really a lot more. Maybe there's less reported in 2023. Maybe more reports are happening now.
Is it a leap year?
That was last year, it was actually. They had an extra day last year. Overall felony crime, however, is down in the precinct's confines so far this year, with 1,766 incidents reported compared to 2022 last year. So who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it New York police? 4 hours, you had all this shit going on. I know New York's huge, but there's a lot of you. We gotta find a better way to stop this shit. No one's safe walking around anymore. I know everyone always kind of said that. It really is true. So you're not safe walking around. I know you're in New York, Bobby. You probably feel it's safe, but it really isn't safe. You got to stay in your sections, your areas. It's fucking crazy now, man. Is it? There's so many here. Is it the woman who said, "Hey, I need help. I've been jumped," and then gets in a fight? Is it the woman who said, "I don't give a fuck if you need help. Let's fucking go," and then get in a fight with her? Is it the guy? Is it the 2 guys that started get stabbed in the stomach? Is another person getting stabbed? Watch out for knives. If I was going to walk around New York City, I would have a vest on at all times. Literally some kind of Kevlar fucking vest. I mean, it really sounds like it's fucking War of the Worlds there and it's fucking nuts. Is it knives? Maybe we don't need to do all the stories we've done today. Maybe we're working on gun control, but is anyone working on knife control? Who working on knife control? Yo, who got a knife? You gotta know. You get a big knife, you get a little knife. You compare it to your penis. If you got a big penis, you understand a big knife. But if you got a little penis, you don't understand a big knife. You ain't gonna be allowed to have that shit. Because you're gonna be, oh, I'm big, finally. Let me stab it in you and shit. Little knife, little dick. That's how we do it. Ladies, you get a knife the size of your big ass pussy lips. I don't know if Chris will get that crazy. But who's the piece of shit in this story?
Oh, there are so many pieces of shit. For one, the New York Post, I'm guessing, for having to just throw Eric Adams in and be like, look at the hypocrisy yet again. We
Yeah,
get it.
I got it. I mean, if he did say that day, we're doing great.
Yeah, and I don't mean even in that case as a piece of shit in a bad way. Like, that's just a fun kind of shitty, I'm not letting this go thing, which is great. I hate that we're now London. Ed's Funhouse nailed it in the chat that I needed to go. No, I'm teasing. Nailed it in the chat. Keep calm and carry a gun. I'm not trying to be Mr. Everybody, shootings are bad, but it is a lot safer if everybody has a gun. Look at the stats and like the Texas towns and things like that. You know what I mean? A katana is a great option. The biggest piece of shit for me, though, in this story, Pat, is whoever's knife got found in their pocket. You're in Times Square and you just stabbed a bunch. Look, women are going to fight. That's what they do. They're like beta fish. You put 2 beta fish in a tank, you know what happens? 1 beta fish remains. Like they go at it, it's fighting, the whole shebang. Or the whole she doesn't bang. She stabs. But
she bang. Oh no, she move.
Well, that's
no, hot like a butter and something like bee.
That's what happened. That's why the woman was so defensive. A week prior, a Chinese guy came running up, holding his leg, acting like he'd been shot, and was yelling.
Is that how they described Richard Pryor when he was on fire? A week prior.
But yeah. So now stabbings have gone up significantly. Exactly. It's a lot easier to conceal. And what I was going to say is the guy who got busted or girl who got busted with a knife in her pocket, you're in Times Square. Hand it to a homeless person. He's going to go stab a bunch more people, and your crime's going to be lumped in with theirs because it was the same knife. No stress, homie. That's how you win this game. So for me, if you're going to go the English route, which is gay, if we learn what we're good at is taking England's thing and doing it a little better, right? They had colonialism. What did we have, Pat? Neo-colonialism. We were better at it.
I didn't know it was called that. With the guy from the Matrix?
Yeah, he was like, if you take the red pill, you elect the felon who probably had sex with a porn star and lied about it. If you take the blue pill, it's basically dementia. Your choice. So for me, that's the piece of shit. Who's your piece of shit in this lovely story? Because, by the way, I do have a new story, so we'll have you do the hot dog one, then to end it all.
Oh, you got to do it. I got rid of it.
No.
I thought you were doing it, so I just fucking ditched it.
No.
I might still have it. I can check.
I got it. I got it, too.
All right, cool. Just making sure anyway. Maybe I didn't. No, you know what? I kept it, so I got it.
So we'll have you do it, because I think your reading might be better on that one.
I know about hot dog reading. I can do words like hot and dog. I got that down.
And I know hot dog.
My piece of shit in this story is, and I hate to say it, listen, if you're on the train and you get stabbed, you don't expect that. You're just trying to go home. You're tired. You're trying to get somewhere to work. You're just trying to travel. You're not thinking. It's kind of like when you're driving to work and you're tired and somebody's T-bones. Everyone's like, what are you looking for? It's like, I was thinking about home, man. You know what I mean? When you're going on the train, that's your way of getting home or your way of getting away from somewhere, the way you're going somewhere. It's bitches in the park. I know that I keep banning everything on this show, but let's also ban parks, because parks are not used in New York for what they're supposed to be used for. Yeah, I know sometimes you can see a lady in tight pants stretching, and stuff like that, and that's a good time. But besides that, fuck parks. We don't need them. Now, basketball courts are fine. Maybe smaller, but giant-ass parks that cover blocks and blocks and blocks are too fucking scary. We can't control them, and wild shit always happens. This bitch was walking around Bryant Park and walks in there, and maybe she was doing a setup and a scam. It doesn't sound like it, because it looks like if she was doing that, wouldn't other people jump out and jump her? I don't know why. I don't know what the angle would be to be like, I got jump, help me. But either way, the fact that these are the quotes that they've given people afterwards, I got help, I need help. And the 30-year-old immediately goes, and I'm saying, fuck this shit, I'm going to fuck you up. And then they start fighting, pepper spray, fucking headbutts and all this shit, whatever going on. It's people who go to the parks, because until they ban the parks, don't go to the parks. If you just look up park stories in NYC, put that in your phone. I've never looked at it, but I would say if you did do that, you're not going to find fun things. It's going to be way more bad things than good things. Way more bad things happen at the park in New York City than good things that are reported on. So you know what? You take away the parks until they know how to use them. Like a parent with kids. you know what, New York City? No parks for you. Martial law around the parks. And if you do martial law around the parks, then you've got guns and people around the parks. They're not in the fucking boroughs. They're not bothering people like that. But you know they're present because parks cover a lot of area. And if they have a home base of parks, now they have a way of watching shit more. And then you put cameras and everything on the subways more, put some police there, but you fucking beef up those parks and you cut that shit out. And you let animals go in there. You start getting woolly mammoths and shit, maybe a dinosaur or something,
We're
a fat
cloning
lady,
shit.
all kinds of scary shit. You know what I mean? Maybe some Puerto Ricans that have fucking no medication. You put them in there. And then when someone's bad, you got to spend an hour in the park. And then you learn not to deal drugs or do shit. Use the parks. But the way I'm saying,
We were too busy asking if we could. We never stopped to think if we should.
yeah, the parks.
Yeah, I never thought about that. You know, the worst thing I heard about happening in a park in New York was in MacArthur's Park. Did you hear about this?
The singing?
Someone left a cake out in the rain, and I don't know if I can take it. Anyway, would you like to do the hot dog story, or would you like me to do sketch?
No, I'd like to discuss for a second why Kevin G. Nicholson believes criminals like ice cream. Why do criminals like ice cream? I thought criminals use ice cream to fucking catch kids. Criminals, I think, like Skittles.
Sour Skittles too.
Anyone that can pop in their mouth because it says S for like sex crime.
Oh, I was thinking sour Skittles, hot tamales, hot Cheetos, Takis.
I know that's a race, but I'm not sure which one.
No, it was actually a socioeconomic status. It was just poor people. That's
Oh.
all ghetto foods. They like those chips with the wrappers on them.
Oh
things you
yeah,
don't
Biden.
find. That's what I
Biden
figured he
loves
was
this.
getting at. Yeah.
But that wasn't him. That was a different guy. But they're playing together. They're having fun. Clownface and Kevin having times.
But I think
Good
that's part of
times.
it. Luring kids with ice cream. I think Biden eating ice cream is bad. They say ice cream is code for cocaine amongst the Mexican gangs. So who knows?
Whenever I go to a Mexican restaurant and I see, because my Brandon Smith, friend of the show, one time when we were at a Mexican restaurant for an open mic, he one time put up, we were there and we saw a menu. We were going to order food, and on the back it just said hot dog after all this shit. And he goes, "That's how you order cocaine here." I'm like, what? He goes, "That's got to be." Because who the fuck's getting a hot dog here?
Ed's Funhouse is winning my Husey Award right now. I worked in an ER in Philly. Certain demographics love to fight and pepper spray each other, mainly women.
Nice.
10 out of 10, Ed. I also like your smoke detector. Pet, do you know who Sketch is?
No.
Okay, I will share you a picture. I bet you do. You just didn't know that was his name, or at least I'm hoping. But if not, I can explain it quickly. Don't you worry. I didn't mean slides. I meant share the screen. I just opened. Thank you. So this is Sketch, and Sketch is an.
Oh, I don't know that retarded guy.
Okay, that's exactly what he is. He's he's
no shit.
he's gone.
Oh, you got me, Bobby. I didn't know that guy was Downsy.
Not imagine if you will, Kevin. Fuck off.
Dude, that was perfectly
That was great, Kevin. I'm not even.
imagine if you will.
No. His big thing is, "Hey, brother." He always says that when he does things, but he's gone pretty viral as of late. Not for being special needs, but
Yes, it is.
no, it's that he's very good at Madden and he talks shit while he plays it. So people love that a special needs guy is not only just doing it, but also wins and actively talking shit to other people.
Right, but if he wasn't special needs, no one would even know who he is.
That and another big person, which is key to this story. So you're absolutely right. Special needs is 50% of it. The other 50%, it's autism, not retarded. Just so everybody knows, I wouldn't shit on a guy who was, fully retarded, mentally retarded.
Yeah, we would. We've done it like so many times.
With what's about to follow in the story.
Oh,
So no,
it's
absolutely, I
basically
would.
what we do. It's like 50% of what we do.
Dude, I get it. I realized I was attacking the underlying theme of the POS show. I didn't mean it that way.
We just lost so many views. I was like, "You're not going to do that."
No. So Sketch got famous because of a guy named Jinxie, who's a Christian-based streamer.
he went around. They would play together. The big one that first went viral is they were going to win the game, and Sketch promised an 80-yard touchdown, so he went and ran it. But overnight, it broke that popular Twitch streamer Sketch confirmed on a Monday live stream that leaks of years old videos originally posted to OnlyFans that appeared to show the streamer engaging in sexual acts with other men were actually him, which prompted an outpouring of support from other streamers who slammed the YouTuber Pocketbook for outing the adult. Sketch is a Texas-based Twitch streamer with more than 1 million followers. He responded to the leak about the adults going. He made some jokes. It was pretty humanizing. That's where the story should end. But do you know who Kai Cenat is, Pat? And I know I'm throwing a lot of YouTube at you. I just find my time while I switch tabs. That's all. So that's Kai Cenat on the right there with Kevin Hart. Kai's a YouTube streamer. The last thing I saw him do was the Kendrick Lamar diss, and he was doing the boom boom Crips thing and then had to stop. Why is Kevin like this? I don't know.
Because his little hands. He's like, ah.
Oh, okay. Good point. So Kai, when he responds to a guy named Sneeko, who's kind of like a Tristan Tate disciple, gets real aggressive and used the N-word. When he showed his support of Sketch, it was like clearly a pre-written statement. No N-words, no anything going on, anything like that. Sneeko's used this to completely attack Kai Cenat and be like, he's fake. He's doing everything for views. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it the autistic boy for hiding his OnlyFans? It was a sweet story where he was like, if it ever came out, I was just going to quit streaming, but everybody supported him. Is it Sneeko for making somebody else's story about him? Yeah, that's not the ideal thing to do, but it's how Sneeko's built his brand. He's, one of the many Dabbleverse shows where he talks about what other people are doing to get himself views, you know what I mean, and inserts himself in it. Is it Kai Cenat for being fake? One time he's super supportive, sometimes he's anti-gay, sometimes whatever, he tries to play whatever the trend is. Pat, you tell me, is it me for bringing this up at all? Because it's clearly clickbait in itself. You kick it first.
I don't know if it's clickbait because, what were you hoping for? Like, if you see this, you're like, oh, good, autistic news. So I don't know if it's clickbait. It's just if you're a fan of these YouTubers, I guess it's juicy gossip. But if you're not, then you don't care. But that's exactly what you want if you're someone who likes that stuff. I don't remember most of the names. Squeezo or whatever. I don't think it's Squeezo.
Sneeko.
Okay,
like
and
that.
then Squeezo's the black guy, right? The one that looks kind of like Diddy but with dreads. Yeah, that's not him. He's not bad guy. The autistic guy. Wait, I lost for a second. So what was on his OnlyFans?
He basically took it up the butt from another dude. Oh, also Antonio Brown's tagged in a bunch, making fun of him, which I thought was pretty funny.
Oh, when you say tagged in, you mean commented. I thought you meant he was tagged, like literally tagged in, like getting fucked in the butt and then tagging with Antonio Brown. I'm like, okay.
No, Antonio Brown's the man.
He seems like a fucking huge piece of garbage, to be honest with you. But it's like it sounds like this guy took it in the Antonio Brown hole, is what happened here. But so I think the piece of shit's anybody who ever wanted to watch an autistic guy get fucked in the butt on OnlyFans.
Yeah, right? That's fucking weird in the first place, isn't it?
I don't really. I mean, to me, I don't want to watch anyone get fucked in the butt at all, men or women. I just don't. It's just not my cup of tea. I like the vagina doing stuff, but that's not any butts. But I definitely don't want man butts. And if I definitely don't want man butts, I definitely don't want autistic man butts. I can even tell you, I probably wouldn't want autistic women butts. But if they're facing the other way, I don't think I would know, unless they were just like, how much longer is this going to take? You're like, okay, this isn't fun. I need some moans. Oh. It's like, so yeah, it's anyone that cares about that. I don't care if the guy's gay or straight, whatever. I mean, who gives a shit? They're fucking YouTube, Twitch stream fucks. I'm not saying in a bad way. My kids love, their favorite stars are these people, not these fucking people, but like YouTube streamers or Twitch streamers or people on TikTok and shit like that. So I get they're the stars of today. I'm not trying to be the old man. It's like, I don't get it. I'm just saying, just like with real actors, when someone told me Neil Patrick Harris was gay, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. As long as he plays a good Doogie or a good Barney, who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck what they do in there. It's like wrestling. I don't want to care what they're doing in their real time because I just care about what they do in the entertainment time. So if Squeezo in Downsy and all of them are doing their thing on the fucking videos, then I'm happy. But if they're like sometimes they take it in the butthole, I don't care. Downsy, do your thing.
Fair enough. For me, the piece of shit is whoever extorted the autistic boy. Like somebody leaked this shit out trying to catch him, and at the end of the day, it's 2024. If anything, you've inflated this dude's profile. Sketch is now going to be bigger because he's openly done gay stuff. Like, exactly, his butt is a box of chocolates, and he's going to fall into luck.
And then what's? Oh, I missed that one there. That was the one I wanted. The POS is sketch for still being on Twitch. Kids are watching that. Porn stars need to stay off Twitch. No, they don't. I like when porn stars play video games. Not porn star, but I kind of like when the OnlyFans people play games and shit. Like, what's her name? That used to go on Kumia a bunch, the Zia. She's actually not bad at playing the games and doing dumb shit, being on Twitch and stuff. I mean, and she's a pretty girl. I don't mind it. Personality, that's fine. I like it better than some fucking. I'd rather watch a pretty girl play video games than some nerd.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because if I want to play video games myself and watch a guy fail at video games or play them and get mad, I'll just play them myself.
I hate watching other people. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing it in
I don't mind
general.
some of that because some guys are funny, but I don't want to see them on it. And I don't want to donate money to it. There are people that can do shit and be funny with. There's some Minecraft shit where you're making people get fucked up, whatever, and I can laugh at the guys talking in the background and stuff, and they're doing it just as a video distraction, and I don't mind that at all.
No.
But I'd much rather, if I'm going to watch a girl be on it, I'd much rather watch a Zia or someone like that just be on there and be hot and play games.
I'm a big Sasha Grey fan myself. I think she's the best.
I didn't know she plays games.
Yeah. Oh, she plays lots of games.
No, but really, she does. What does she play?
She's gone legit. She streams what's the one? League of Legends? Not League of Legends. The other
I wouldn't
one.
call it going legit.
Warcraft.
Legit is getting a job, but like she's still using her hotness and fame to fucking just not really work. So it's not legit, but she's just not getting fucked in the ass as much.
And she does video essays now too.
What does that mean?
Like she picks a topic and explains it and adds her own commentary and narrates it.
That's
I
talking.
I need some sleep.
No, not you. I meant like, it's not your fault for doing that, but like if they call it a video essay, that's hilarious because an essay is a written thing. A video essay is a speech.
Yeah, they add video and stuff. I think it's a genre. I may have gotten it wrong. I don't know enough about YouTube to comment.
So who's your piece of shit?
Whoever, like somebody put this out there trying to trap the guy, and in reality, you just ended up making him a.
It?
No. They know the guy who did. Like that guy's taking the heat he thought Sketch was gonna take.
No, the guy who took the heat is Sketch for taking it in the heater.
You think they had chlamydia?
I don't think about that at all.
It burns. Pat, I think it's time. The story everybody's been waiting for. They've been chomping at the bit, dude.
What?
The story we teased. The story everybody wants.
We didn't
to
really
hear.
tease it. We both just said we had it. No one cared. I think at this point they're all like, please stop talking. But like, yeah, we'll do one more. Nick Weary, the husband of Nathan's hot dog eating champ Miki Sudo, buckles under the pressure after the Post exposed cheating claims. So basically, long story short, one chick was cheating. The husband was like, found out the story was there, and he, instead of being supportive to his wife, was like, I gotta fucking let people know that she was cheating. This is one of those articles where they did a pun. They did the brat thickens. I want to be mad at it. I'm not really mad at it. It's not bad. To be honest, the brat thickens is not terrible.
Not at all.
Did they teach each other? Was it me that gave me that mole HPV? Mole? That's gross. A competitive eater in Nathan's famous hot dog eating competition has crumbled under the weight of a cheating scandal and requested his score be revised to remove the controversial wieners. Jesus Christ. Nate Weary, husband of women's division champion and pink mustard belt holder Miki Sudo, was accused. Oh, I'm sorry, the guy is also a competitive eater. They're just putting his wife in there. He's the one that cheated. I thought it was him ratting on the wife. I don't care as much anymore. So he cheated, and now he's like, he told on himself, so now he wants them to revise it. No, you're banned. You're fucking banned, dude. Fuck you. Because if Joey Chestnut, the greatest of all time, well, you can get your time when you get your time. When Joey Chestnut gets banned or told he can't be in it because he's telling about vegan shit, whatever, fuck that. He should be allowed it. This guy, you cheat, you fake moves, fuck you. You're gone. Gone forever. You're not any good anyway. And by the way, it's the second guy with a fucking mohawk in these stupid things. Stop it with the fucking mohawks. You don't need aerodynamic haircuts to eat a hot dog, you stupid fucks. All right, where's this thing? The pictures of him are stupid. He's stupid.
If you're feeding sized, you get like there are only a certain amount of haircuts that can work. Like the mohawk, shaved head. You can't have an afro and be that large. You just look goofy.
He's not a large guy.
Professional eaters, I'm saying in general though, like because
if you see the picture of all the competitors in this competition he was doing, none of them are fat.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's most of it now. There really aren't fat people in it anymore. Like the Badlands guy is, but for the most part, they're a little overweight, but they're probably all like 5'10", 5'11", 220. You know what I mean? Like they're bigger guys, but they're not fat in any way. So like,
yeah.
I'm distressed over the accusations of cheating that have surfaced, and I reiterate that I did not cheat in this event, Weary said, but denying any wrongdoing. However, because I did touch another eater's plates, and because this gives the appearance or possibility of impropriety, I have asked Major League Eating, the MLE, to adjust my score down to a count of 46.75 hot dogs and buns. I'm truly sorry for raising any questions over the results of the event. On competition day at Coney Island, where he devoured a respectable 46.75 dogs in a 10-minute allotted time, but his official score was later increased to 51.75 on the major MLE website standings. A source closely involved with the competition told the Post that eating 50 dogs is seen as a high watermark separating everyday contenders from the top-tier eaters. Although the allegedly inflated scores did not improve Weary's standings, it bumped up his official score from 46.75 to 51.75, placing him among the sport's creme de la creme. The sources claim Weary shifted empty plates around on the competition table after time was up in order to place more on his stack. Judges counted 5 hot dogs per plate when conducting their official tally, so the addition of a single extra plate would be enough to bump up his score into the elite tier. So who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Weary? Dude, he cheated. I don't care what he's saying. It wasn't a mess up. He knows those ins and outs. That extra plate empty means 5. It's like when you put a score of 5 somewhere and you go, I was tallying it off. I didn't realize that was the 5th one, so I won. I win Scrabble, right? Like, no, you didn't fuck with Scrabble. You're fucking cheating. So it's that whole fucking thing with that. You know, you move the plate, that's 5. He did the old switcheroo, the 3-card money, whatever it is. You fucking put your hands on your dogs where you can see them. You don't fucking touch shit. You know the rules. Even if you didn't do it, I don't care about this part. Go on. Banned for life. If Pete Rose can't go to the Hall of Fame, you can't fucking be any more hot dog eating contests. No fucking screwing around. These are real athletes doing real fucking things. Is it him? Is it the MLE? Fuck you. Why are you the major league? The major league of eating? Just be Eatapalooza or fucking Fat Fuck Time or something like that. That's what you should be. Gross. How about that? Gross. This week on Gross. Yeah, use that. Clip that. I don't give a fuck. That's your mom. Anyway, that's it should be called Gross, not called the Major League Eating. Who gives a fuck about that at all? And if they're gonna be like, we're gonna fucking fine you 2 hot dogs or whatever, who gives a shit? You're nothing. No one makes any money. No one cares. Is it Coney Island? Just same thing as the parks. Ban them. Martial law. Circling around with fucking guns and props. Don't let anyone in. No parks. Not Coney Park, not Bryant Park, no park. And then you put fat monsters in there. All the hot dog eating guys. And then if you're bad, you put someone in there, you put ketchup and mustard on their penis, naked, and you send them in for an hour. And then people try to devour their dick. And then they come out and they learn a lesson. No more parks for fun. Parks are only for punishment. Bobby, who's the piece of shit?
It's the guy whose plate he stole from. So what they're accusing him is he took 1 plate, which counts as 5 hot dogs, and that pushed him
Just
over
the empty
threshold.
plate, yeah.
But the story I read was one anonymous source said, and I quote, he 100% cheated. I can tell you for a fact he cheated and it affected another eater's score. Just tell us who you're the guy who sat next to him, obviously. That's
You would think so. You would think the source would come out and say it, but yeah.
Yeah, come out.
It might have been his wife.
Okay, that could be a good point.
His wife's
too.
a champion. She's got the pink mustard belt. I don't know what the fuck that means, but she's probably she's a bigger deal than he is. He was trying to be as good as her. Maybe the wife is like, listen, I'm not going to let him do that shit because it's going to come back to me. So you know what? I'm going to leak it. Motherfucker cheated.
I could see that too. But either way, if it's somebody within the organization, I think they should have gone to the org first and to that guy and been like, hey, you come clean. They'll hand you lesser, like, keep this out of the news. It's very much like pro wrestling. Shit like this is supposed to stay under the table. I wouldn't be surprised if this came out that this was a written plot line. Like, they do shit like that to try to keep, like you said, the major league eating on the table. And I think that's why they initially adopted that, because they set up a circuit like the pro wrestlers did where they would hit similar towns. And so, like, I think this is all a work and we're all being patsies.
My second piece of shit are 2 hot dog or any competitive eaters that get married. Gross. Fucking gross. Their life together must be so disgusting. Like, just nasty. And then I would love it if they had kids and then they yell at their kid being messy at the table. It's like, shut the fuck up. You kidding me? You're fucking disgusting.
You gotta.
Oh, you want to go out to dinner? No, I don't want to go out to fucking dinner with you ever. Fucking Pete. And how are they in bed? Gross. Like, just going down on her like, I got 50 vaginas. Like, who gives a... Everything is disgusting here. You should take all... Listen, no more competitive eating. Take all competitive eaters, put them in those parks I'm building, put them in there. They're done.
Yeah, if you have 2 professional eaters, you can't have a septic tank. You got to have a sewer line. Septic tank would be like, what do you get that?
Outhouse.
Once a week?
Outhouse.
That's
just a hose. You get hosed.
I don't like that. I do see your point, because like the 51 threshold, she had 851. So if he ate 46 and he crossed that line, I could see that being a problem too. I still think though, like, god damn. Keep it in house. Like, I don't see how this gets out. Especially like if it's as tight of a rule
video. There's some idiot who's watching it over and over. In this day and age, if this was 20 years ago, there's no video. There's 20 cameras, there's everyone with phones, there's people watching it. Someone's probably watching them going, some guy probably got high. Here's what happened. A couple of guys got high as shit and were like, dude, I went to Clooney Island the other day and I recorded everything on my phone, but I was tripping balls. I don't even remember what the fuck was going on. So like, he's like, let's watch the video. So they pop it on their phones. They're looking at it. And one guy goes, yo, did that guy just move that plate? He's like, what are you talking about? I goes, dude, go back. And he fucking moves it back. And you see the guy go, switcheroo. And he's like, oh shit, that's nuts. He goes, yo, we got to fucking bust this. We're like Mythbusters, but with hot dogs. And they go, yo, anonymous. They're like, you got to tell us who you are. He goes, we're so high, we don't know our names, but this is wild, yo. And then they got in trouble.
I like it. Let me take it one step further. It wasn't 2 random dudes. It was a very drunk guy live reacting to the hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July by the name of Stuttering John. And it took him so long to explain what his tip was that they were like, fuck no, we don't need your name. Then he tried to explain. They were like, we're definitely not giving him credit. Just say anonymous.
And then the truth saying the shit where he fucking took it and he fucking moved it. And then it was like, and then the Newports came, and then Brennan, and they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. I was like, oh, they moved the plates. They fucking, it broke the records. I could do it if I wanted to. Scholar.
Like this. Hey guys, John here. I'm outside the alleged cheetah's house. I'm gonna try to fight him. Come outside and fight if you're a man. It smells like shit.
The cheetah mover. You move to Alex Jones. Yeah, sometimes it just becomes Alex Jones. My voice sounds more like Alex Jones anyway, so when I yell and I try to be Stuttering John, I think we all got the point that we both said, hey, I'm Stuttering John. Also, in the beginning of the show, Kevin, I don't know if you heard it, I wasn't a black guy either. I'm basically me the whole time. Like, I'm just doing voices. But we thank all of you. We had a bunch of people watch today, and we appreciate that. So I'm guessing that because we've been yelling at people, someone's streaming us, but that's fine. Either way, hello. And we had fun today. Tomorrow, join us on the Patreon. That's where we'll be tomorrow for Thursday Thoughts. And then Friday, back at 3:30 here. Terry Nee, 3:30 here. And then next week, same times as normal, 3:30. Hit like, hit subscribe. We appreciate you all being here. It's great. Share it if you can. Join that Patreon, like I said, and see us on Thursday for the Thursday Thoughts Show. If not, we'll see you on Friday. Appreciate everyone that was in the chat today. Some new people, Wesley, who I know from being on PLR, so that's great that he came on over. We had a lot of Ed's Funhouse showing up today. A lot of fun fucking people, all the regular superstars, like Terry Nee and Clownface and B. Lee and fucking Kevin and all the greats. We're all there. Kish, everyone there. We thank you guys so much for hanging out today. All the ones that didn't chime in the chat, we're happy that you're there too. Always feel like you can chime in the chat if you'd like to. If you live in New England, if you live in the tri-state area, your plan should be August 8th through 10th. Your plans are to be one of those days at least at Mohegan Sun to come see my new album, comedy special, my recording. We're going to record all the shows. One show Thursday, one show Friday through Saturday. Bobby's opening for me, so come hang out at the casino with us. More importantly, come be part of the album recording. I'm very happy with the material I'm doing. I'd love it to get out there. And you guys to be part of it, and your laughs be on the thing. And we'll also at one point do a podcast one of those days from the casino as well, so you guys can be there and hang with us while we're doing that, and that would be awesome. So yes, go to comicsroadhouse.com. It's on the bottom there, but if you hit up one of us and ask for the link, we'll get it to you. Buy the tickets. Let's pack this place out. Let's get nuts. Let's be part of the album recording. We appreciate you guys for all you're doing. I would love you to be there. So, Bobby, what you got?
That's the most important thing. Like and subscribe here. Hop on the Patreon. But if you can't do either of those things, buy tickets August 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Oh, you gotta do that thing?
Oh, I forgot. I guess I'm the piece of shit. I'm just kidding. If you can't